So Ford's Everest has enjoyed tremendous popularity over the years. In fact, it's a record setter, really dominating its market segment. Now what we have here is now the Ford Everest Tremor. This is a new permanent fixture in the lineup with a focus on off-road capability. Let's have a look at it, shall we? So guys, the positive thing is we're starting with a really good base here. So you get all of the mod cons, the conveniences, the space and the comfort that make the Everest a really great thing to start with. But the Tremor, this is all about getting dirty. So let's focus on the bits that make it a little bit more capable off-road. So the first thing you notice when you look at the Everest Tremor is that front bar. Now it is a polycarb piece and it's built in collaboration with ARB as the partnership between the two brands. Now it is winch capable. We are waiting on some more information and detail around sizing and capability, but it will house one. Now further down you have a steel bash plate, which we've been putting to good use actually on this trip. So you can never have enough clearance when you're off-roading. So what we have on each corner of the Everest Tremor are Bilstein external reservoir shocks, which have been tuned specifically to the car and for Australian off-roading conditions. Now it's a 29mm difference in height, and that results in give or take 2% differentials in ramp over, approach and departure angles. So track has also been improved by about 30mm as a result of wider and lower offset wheels, which are also wrapped in general grabber all-terrain rubber, which has proved to be pretty good on our trip today. So you're probably asking, how does it drive? Now, the short answer is it's exactly how I expected it to drive. That's not a bad thing. Now, on road, what we found was a very composed and controlled vehicle. Now, when you lift a car like this, I tend to find vehicles sort of pitch and roll a little bit. In fact, it was quite the opposite. So the team have done a really good job with their damper settings because this vehicle sits really flat, regardless of the terrain that you're in. Great bump absorption. Obviously, some of Australia's roads aren't the greatest. So it's actually been a really fun thing to pilot, even through twisties. But you don't raise a car or buy a car like this to have fun on twisted tarmac roads. So off-road is where it shines. So the same level of bump absorption that we found on-road is available when we're traversing fire trails or bumpy roads. In terms of comparing it to the normal Everest, which we've had on this trip as well, it's very clear that the ramp over, the approach and those departure angles and the extra clearance that they afford are absolutely an asset. Now, the bash plates have been getting a workout. We've been driving through some pretty ruddy terrain, and it's a really good thing to know that they're there because it just allows you that opportunity to try and push a little bit further. Now the Everest Tremor also gets rock crawl mode, which is the first time this mode has actually been made available in an Everest. Now we had some opportunity to test this out whilst we've been out in the bush today, and I have to say, in concert with the rest of the changes that have been made to this vehicle, they're a really fantastic addition. So the interior is a really comfortable place to be in the Everest, as we've come to know and expect. But what you have in here is bespoke stitching on your seats and your steering wheel. There's obviously Tremor insignia throughout the place, a 400-watt inverter out the back, which is really cool, electrically adjustable seats, which are heated and ventilated. So it's a really comfortable place to while away the hours while you're trying to get to your campsite. So where does it fit in? Look, I think that a vehicle like this is going to be attractive to new families that are entering off-roading, or even people that have been in the off-road scene for some time. Not everyone likes the process of going through and trying to decide what aftermarket bar or suspension to put on. I think that there's a lot of merit in buying a vehicle like this, which obviously adds off-road capability and combines it in what we know is a fantastic package. So it really ticks the boxes in terms of set and forget, and adds the benefit of a manufacturer warranty as part of the process. And you get all of that benefit for just over $76,500. All right guys, so will this off-road ready Tremor take an already popular Everest nameplate to the next level? Let me know in the comments.